Okay, well, got the hood sitting on. It's not latched down here, but it is locked. And I got the hood scoop sitting on. Put the air cleaner on. It fits fine, as long as I get rid of this. So I gotta cut that down a little bit, and no wing nut. It's gonna have to be a flat nut. So probably just put a nut on there, or maybe a long bolt to hold the air cleaner on. Unless I can find a shorter air cleaner, which I don't think I want to do that. I kind of like this one, but that's where it's at on the body. So yeah, she's tall, but it looks good. All right, been just going along my own little world here. Forgot to start the camera, but basically what I did was didn't drill the hole big enough. Anyway, so I got the hood scoop that I marked and put the holes in. I went ahead and sanded this around here real well, just kind of round it off, make it look a little better. Because I mean, when you raise the hood, it will be seen. But on top of that, drilled the hole, lined it up. I have to go 19 inches from the front of the hood, so that pretty much lines up everything here. And then you want 4 inches back from the edge of this. If anybody's getting ready to do this, make sure you go on YouTube and watch the Factory 5 videos. They do it a little bit differently than, well, they do it completely different, honestly, than the way the book says to do it. I followed both, and I think it sheds quite a bit of light on the subject by doing it both ways. I mean, their video says to do it, put the hood up like this. The book says do it like this, which, in my opinion, I'd rather do it like this, but had I went one way and just done it the one way, it would have been fine, but there was quite a bit of confusion by looking at both of them like that. But I'm a firm believer in get as much information as you possibly can, and then you make your own decision. So, so far what I'm doing here I think is great. The one issue that I'm running into is the part that I cut out. It's not an issue, it's just something that wasn't covered in that video, and I don't think it's actually covered in the book either. But when you take this piece out, it's not glued in there. And I would imagine Factory 5 did not glue it there because they figured you were going to be cutting it out. So, with that being said, this piece here has glue in it. These two pieces have glue. It does not have glue down here. So it's kind of squishing together. I have heard people using the HSRFT something, I don't know what it is, but it's some heavy duty fiberglass glue basically. I think if I can push in some cotton balls or something with a popsicle stick about 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch inside there, I could actually use this fiberglass resin and fill it in. Fiberglass resin, the whole thing, just kind of moving the hood around and everything and filling it in. I don't think I want to do that. I mean, the fiberglass resin gets pretty hard, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some fiberglass glue of some sort from a boat supply place. I haven't looked it up yet, and I'm just going to pretty much caulk it in. And once I caulk it in, gonna let it get solid, sand it a little bit, get it looking good, and then go ahead and continue drilling my holes. But I'm not going to use rivets. I do not want to use rivets. I'm going to use these button heads. I'm going to use these button heads that I got a while back for something else. And I got so many because I figured I would use it for this. And just drill a 3/16 hole, and measure them out really well where they look good. And then, so that's my first hole, which is perfectly straight. And now, I got to get these straight, which I already have 2 holes marked, not holes, I have 2 marks here. So, this, moving right along, that's where I'm at right now. The idea also with these screws is I'm going to put it together, and then I'm going to be able to take it apart for whenever I do decide to paint it. So I'm going to leave it in this finish right here, the whole car for that matter, in this finish. And then once I get it legal, then over the winter maybe, I may feather fill prime it or something like that. Maybe, if I can warm the garage up enough. But for right now, this is the finish it's going to be in. Okay, so I got 2 of the bolts in here, screws, in here, straight across the back. put these in first just to guide it, make sure it stayed straight. Got the front lined up, made sure it was right, everything is straight and in line. Went ahead and put those two in. So now I know these are going to be right, so I'm just going to go down the line and drill these and screw them. I'm barely putting any pressure on this drill bit. I'm letting it just eat. I don't want to splinter it on the other side or anything, so just taking it easy. Now, one thing that I am doing here is I'm using a 3/16 drill bit. I'm not using a 1/4 inch like the, I'm sorry, 1/8 inch. I'm not using an 1/8 inch. I'm not using an 1/8 inch like the book says. The reason why is I'm using 1024 bolts, and 3/16 works perfect for the size. So all I'm doing is putting them in, using nylock, stainless steel nylock nuts with stainless steel bolts, and I also have stainless steel washers to put on the other side. But for right now, I'm just kind of putting them in, getting it right. Then I'm gonna go set it on the car, and I know that there's an issue with the air cleaner hitting the top, so I'm gonna end up working out something with that. But for right now, I'm just getting it in there, get an idea what it looks like. I'm going to take these out, and then I'm going to glue this, the two panels together along the edge, and I'll show you that here in a little bit. All right, all the screws are in. This gap here, that's the issue that I'm going, it probably wouldn't be an issue once I put the washers in, probably up here. I want to put something in there, but either way, I'm going to put something all the way around. I'm going to tighten these up now, but then I'm going to take them back out, put some of this. I've used Loctite Power Grip contractor adhesive before. The stuff I normally use was like $6 a tube. This is interior exterior construction adhesive. This was $9, but the reason I'm going to go with this is it's 140 degrees Fahrenheit, temperature max 40 to 140. Works on blah, 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 blah. The main thing we're looking at is fiberglass and more. So fiberglass being the key word here. Anyway, I'm pretty sure the other adhesive would have worked just fine, but I went ahead and went with the fiberglass for this purpose. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to squirt it right in these holes all the way, or this crack right here, all the way around. I'm going to take the hood scoop off to do that, but that's what I'm going to do to seal that up, because I just don't like this flex there. I don't think anything's ever going to touch that or cause any trouble at all, but either way, I'm going to put something in there. The other thing, if I ever ran through water, or rain that is, the hood could fill with water. I'd be also worried about hydrolocking going through my air cleaner too. But yeah, it could fill this in with water. I don't want that to happen. So I'll take a couple extra minutes and fill it in. But with the button heads, the stainless steel button heads, this really looks nice. I do like the looks of this. So, and I love the amount of space that I have before it gets into the engine compartment there. I plan on putting some sort of stainless steel, or not stainless steel, but aluminum grid in here, and then maybe drill a ton of holes in it or something. Something to close that hole up just a little bit. I think it'll look good. Not to mention be functional. Okay, this stuff's dried in here now. It's got a slight bit of movement in there. It's not as hard as, let's say, that fiberglass resin would be. It is still kind of not, but it's not real soft like copper or silicone would be, but it's a little heavier duty than that. But it's fine for what I'm using it for. It's not like this is a major structural thing. It's already got glue and everything on the inside. They just didn't put glue in this area here because they figured you'd be cutting it out. So, gotta get this thing back together now. I'm using these because I don't want to over tighten it. If I over tighten it, it'll crack it. Alright, it's all tight. This actually stiffened up quite a bit. Here's the underside. It just cleared the nylock nut. Didn't tighten them too much. If you tighten them too much, it'll deform this plastic here. But we're all sealed up now. Got to get this hood back on. Okay, now I'm putting in Breeze's prop rod. This is the hood prop rod. I've already measured this out where I want it. Now I'm just centering it up. Alright, so this is the prop rod. Got that through. Basically, you just run the rod through this 3/4 tube here, and then you put a washer and a cotter pin on the other side. It's real simple to do. You just measure out from the radiator 12 inches. Mine is 11, due to the fact that if I would have went 12 inches, it would have hit the foot box here. So I ran it 11 inches. put in a clip right here. If I could do this again, I would put the clip a little bit lower, but the reason I didn't put it as low is because I wanted to be able to get to my brake fluid if I needed to, when the prop rod was up or down. I don't know why I was thinking that, but either way, if I'm checking the brake fluid, more than likely it's going to have a prop rod up at the time. So you break it free, and then it goes up here, hooks onto this. Now, there's 3 holes already pre-drilled from Factory 5 for the struts, the gas struts that go and mount down here to here. I don't want to do that. I don't want to put the gas struts in there. We'll go with this right here. I like prop rods versus the gas charge shocks. So this mounts here like this. I keep moving it, my cane will fall, but it'll mount right here. Now the cane's in your way. It'll mount right here. Once it mounts right there in those 3 existing holes, all you do is pop that out, snap that down, and you have to actually bend it out just a little bit to actually get it in there. So it should lock it in. So if the wind's blowing or something, it should be locked in pretty good. So now I gotta mount this onto here. So my charger, I should say my booster, but maintainer, my battery maintainer, works pretty good. I went through the fender here so that way I could keep the hood down. So went through the side here. I had it across the top, but I need to have this hood down on the car because the sides are kind of popping out. That's the reason why I didn't put rubber grommets here. And I did put grommets, I screwed them in up here so that it takes the hood and it pushes it down. Well, the hood's been sitting off the car for, well, nine months, I guess. So it's a little misshapen. You can't tell it by looking at it, but it's a little misshapen when you lay it down on a car. So what's happening is when you put it down like this, as soon as you latch it down, it goes back into shape, but it's still got a little bit of a lump right there. And then the other side I can latch it too, but I'm keeping it latched like this and raising that back end up there because it's taking basically the ears and pulling them down. So the more I keep this thing on and closed, the more it straightens it out. And I still have to put, some bumpers in here. I do believe there's some not stripping, but some sort of not this foam stuff, but some actual seal, some bulb seal. I believe they make some. I got some left over from my Jeep I did. This is D. No, that's not it. Yeah, There's like some D seal. It's in the shape of a D. And I can put that around the hood. And that should keep it from touching the body. So, but yeah, hood looks good, I think. It's still loose. It's kind of bounces back and forth, but not bounces back and forth, but it kind of, you can pull it just enough. So until I get it out on the road and I actually get the vibration and everything and find out where it lays, I won't know if this is going to be good enough. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, one of the light bulbs blew. Had that spot on there. I haven't used seal beam lights. Well, I don't remember the last time I did, actually. Anyway, these are old, so all I did was turn it on, turn it off, turn the brights on, turn them off, come back, it's blown. So, I put the other one in this side, blow it too, figured. It didn't blow, so evidently the problem was with the bulb. So I'm going to change this out for LEDs. I planned on doing it anyway, so no headlights today. But I'm going to go to work on something else. Well, my plan was to buy some LED lights later on, but it looks like I'm going to have to get some LED lights now. The idea was get the car legal, and then get the inspection, get it over with, and then over the winter do some upgrades and tinker with it here and there, do whatever. But the idea was I would have time to do that. But now I'm going to have to order some LEDs now. So I found some on Amazon, but stay tuned for that. We'll find out what brand I'm going to use. I don't even know what brand it is, honestly. It's some stuff from China. This is the first portable radio or Bluetooth speaker I tried. This thing is just a little too big. It's very, very nice. Sounds really, really good. Man, it's got a lot of bass, a lot of sound. It's a really good setup. It's just way too big to fit inside the cubby. This is the M300 party speaker. This one is smaller. So hopefully it sounds just as good as the other one, but in a smaller package. And this one should connect to my iPhone, just like the Bluetooth setup that I have put in the car. So we will see. Okay, so the first thing we're going to listen to is the sound of the speakers that I put in the car. With the body on, it should change the sound a little bit. So let's see what we got. And I'm not going to fire the engine up. Bad enough, it's gone. Load the throttle body. Alright, it's connected.
the government are making a big mistake.
That's all the way up.
Well, she was walking toward me in a tight red dress, looking like she just...
Little Ray Stevens. Alright. That's those speakers that was connected to the card I put in. Now let me try the other speaker. The M300. Okay, the M300. Powered up. And connected. Alright, slide it in position. And upside down. Facing, the speakers are facing up this way now. That's a quarter of the way in volume. Okay, quarter of the way up. Halfway up. All the way up. No doubt it sounds better. I'm a whiskey drinking SOB, and then you won't like me. I'm an outlaw. I say I'm an outlaw. Sounds a whole lot better. I don't know that it's a whole lot louder though. But either way, it's something to listen to. For years, I rode my motorcycle, my Harley, and had no sound. I mean, well, that's what I got now is no sound. But no, I have had no music. I can barely hear out of my ears because of the loud Harleys. But either way, I was kind of wanting some music. I mean, this thing is loud, rude, and crude, just like the Harley was. But I really want some music. Many times I'd be riding down a road for hours and kind of wishing I had a little bit of music, but just went for years without it. And now I want some music. I got the loud, rude, crude, just like it was when I had the Harley. But now, instead of my wife being on the back, uncomfortable, she'll sit beside me, comfortable, hopefully. And I want some music. So that's what we're doing here. But that's it for now with the music anyway. Okay, before I can call this a good test, there's one thing I have to do. I have to play the same music through this speaker that I was playing through the M300. All the way up.